What is going on, you guys? This is UltronTu, and welcome back to Ultron's podcast. This is episode 10, so hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody is doing great, even during this troubling time. Now, I haven't did a podcast in months. It's been a while since I did a podcast. So today's topic, I will be talking about the Stopmotion Community and also YouTube's new update. But as you guys know, it is December, so perfect time for the podcast. So, guys, channel sponsor is Rogue Energy. Hopefully the camera can see it. Sponsor is Rogue Energy. Use discount code Ultron to save 10% off at checkout for Rogue Energy. Okay? Rogue Energy makes really nice, cool, soothing energy drinks to get you through the day. Really nice, healthy energy drinks, you know. It's not like the other energy drinks that has the sugary vibes and all that other bad chemicals that they put into those other energy drinks like Monster. Those energy drinks are no good, okay? They put too much caffeine and sugary stuff in there. It's not worth it. So, try out Rogue Energy. And also, if you guys didn't check out my Instagram, I did do a taste test with this Phase X G Fuel. So, make sure to check that out as well. So, before I get into the Summers community, I would just want to break down some points I want to make about the whole YouTube new update thing. So, for those who don't know, and if I blow my nose, or not blow my nose, but if you hear me snickering, I've been sneezing a little. I've been sneezing a lot today, so yeah, it's kind of cold. So basically, for those who haven't noticed this, and people have been getting emails about this, I've seen this with other YouTubers. They make videos on this. So I just kind of want to touch on that topic while we're on this podcast right now. So, from what I've been hearing is that YouTube made another update, another policy. You guys know last year YouTube came out with COPPA, where if you make content for kids, they won't get monetized. If you're monetized, it's basically another ad apocalypse. They're going to fine you. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of kids still on YouTube. So COPPA is really full of the S word, you know. Honestly, COPPA hasn't done nothing this year. They almost took down that YouTuber, I forgot his name, who made that SpongeBob anime thing. So he actually almost got fined from the FTC because if you check this out real quick, they did see that it was SpongeBob, and obviously SpongeBob is a kid show, but because this was a fan-made SpongeBob anime film, it doesn't suit that category. So, yeah, and I noticed YouTube has been taking down a lot of channels, and people have been getting copyrighted. That's another thing I want to touch on before we get on to the main thing of the podcast, is that YouTube is monetizing any YouTuber who doesn't have 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch time hours. And you guys know, it took me 6 months, 2 years ago, to gain 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours, okay, to even get monetized. So, you're probably wondering, let's say if you have 100 subscribers, and YouTube is like, hey, we're going to monetize your videos. You're probably thinking, oh, that's good, I'm going to make money. You know, that's not good. And the reason why is because YouTube is profiting off of smaller channels. So what they're going to do is run ads off of channels who have not met the requirements to become monetized, and they're going to make money from off of you without even paying you. So that's basically stealing. You know, the whole point of YouTube, besides the whole entertainment aspect and the business aspect of YouTube, is to gain something and receive something. why do you think YouTubers are able to make money? Because of the ads and the trafficking that YouTube is gaining from Google ads. You know, that makes millions of dollars, billions of dollars. You know, so if you're a person who have not met the requirements to become monetized, you're screwed. Okay? YouTube is stealing from you. This is unacceptable. They need to do something about that. At the same time, YouTube has the right to do that because it's their policy, it's their rules, it's their app. It's owned by Google. But you know, there's nothing we can really do about that unless somebody files a lawsuit or something. But that's it for that part. So watch out for that. Try to work hard, gain 1,000 subs with that 4,000 watch time hours to become monetized. I am monetized on YouTube, as you guys can tell, obviously. And I worked my butt off. I've been doing YouTube for like 6.5 years. Once 2020 is over, that would have made 7 years of me doing YouTube. So yeah. Now, and I will timestamp this in the description. Now, the Stopmotion Community. Now, this year has been really crazy. There's a lot of things. We got a lot of stuff to unpack here, people. Okay, there was a lot of things that happened this year. I know 2020 has tipped the scales of the world. Everything is going on. A lot of stuff. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. And people are freaking out. People losing their jobs. People are getting COVID. People are dying every day. It's ridiculous. Honestly, I hope 2021 will be better. Okay, we can all only pray for what's yet to come. Alright? So, now I'm going to touch on, should you join the Stopmotion Community? Because I've met a lot of good people over the years. I've been in the Stopmotion Community for 3.5 years now. I've met a lot of good people. Even some people who are not even animators, they came to me and they asked me, Ultron, should I join the Stopmotion Community, or how do I get into it? What do you need to make stop-motion animation videos? And of course, I can only give them the basics because I'm not a god at animation or anything like that. And of course, now that we're on the subject, I have a lot of plans coming out for next year because this is my last year in high school. I'm a senior in high school. So I've been really, really busy with schoolwork. And I'm taking this very seriously because I want to graduate and move on with my life. But at least when I'm out of school, well, during the summer, I'm going to be getting a job next summer after graduation. So basically, while I'm out of school, I have a lot of time to do like animation videos, which will be good for you guys so I can provide you guys with content. And of course, I've been really busy with a lot of schoolwork and a lot of things really going on. Why I haven't made that many animations this year at all. So yeah, and plus at the same time, we all need to take a break from doing something. Sometimes you don't want to be forced to do something that you really love. You know, you wanted to vibe it out and do it when you feel like doing it. You know, but a lot of things happen. You should join the Stopmotion Community. Simple as that. But I feel like before you even join the Stopmotion Community, now you could be an animator. Now Mapleverse Studios, that's what I call him. Mapleverse, a lot of people know him. I've actually had a conversation with him before, and he said, well, he is a stop-motion animator, but he told me that he's not really a part of the community, even though he's a stop-motion animator, and you're probably wondering why. It's because he knows what the stop-motion community really is, you know? He knows that the stop-motion community is full of, even though there are good people, but lately the stop-motion community has just been going downhill. There's a lot of toxicity going around, there's a lot of bad things going around, bad people, manipulative people, a lot of bad stuff, you know? So he separated himself away from the entire community, and I totally understand that. You know, who would want to be part of something so big or something so small, and you don't feel welcome because of certain people, you know? And honestly, I'm gonna name drop or somebody that everybody knows who did a lot of bad stuff in the community. So this YouTuber named Rapture187, he's been a really toxic person in the Summers community, for like 2 years now. All right. So he's basically a small animator, right? And honestly, I don't want to get into every detail because I don't want to make this podcast video so long, you know. So this person, first 2019, this person seemed like a genuine person at first, but then, and the first person he came after in the community was me, and then he came after a lot of other my friends in the Summers community, and he sparked up this huge drama trying to make up fake accusations against me, trying to expose other people and make up a bunch of stuff that wasn't even true, you know. And he even admitted it when we had confronted him, all right? He's been making group chats. He's been trying to turn this animator against one another. This year, he came back. He kept pulling the same stuff. And this all happens on Instagram. So if you're a smaller YouTuber or a upcoming stop-motion animator, whatever you want to call it, you need to hear this out, okay? Because I don't want somebody to come into the community who are good people, genuinely good people, and then they have to surround themselves around toxic people, you know? You need to be aware of what's really going on in the community. And the Summers community is one of the smallest communities compared to any other community, alright? So, we've had a handful of people leaving the Summers community this year alone. Luckily, because of me, I managed to keep some people in the community and prevented them from leaving the community, because I had a personal conversation with a lot of these people, and these people were going to leave, but then I helped convince them to stay in the community. So that's a good part on my behalf. But unfortunately, I couldn't help out one certain person. He just upped and left. Like, he deleted every video off his YouTube channel, and he's just gone, you know. And there's some animators in the community who just stopped posting altogether, and we never heard from them ever again. So, God's for life that they're still alive. You never know. That's why you should never talk about somebody if they're gone, because you never know. Like, by the way I say, OG animator in the community, he hasn't done an animation in years. Nobody's ever heard from him. He never tweeted out anything or posted anything. God knows where he's at right now, you know? So, this is why when you join these communities, always be positive. Never try to be toxic or show hostility towards another person or a creator, you know? And this Rapture187 kept making spam and fake accounts trying to get in other people's business, trying to manipulate other people, and I feel hurt. He's literally the main person in the community who caused so much drama, and he's the one person I cannot forgive. And then we have this stop motion anonymous thing where, and you guys know who Anonymous is. Anonymous is basically a hacking group. They're known for being hackers, and they all wear masks. No, I'm not anonymous because I wear a mask, but but seriously, this person plays himself as anonymous, saying that he's going to do a lot of bad stuff to the Stopmotion community, saying that he's going to do this and saying that he's going to do that. Honestly, he has no power. Luckily, all that jazz, shout out to all that jazz, he calmed down the community. The whole situation was so ridiculous, you know. And then he came back. He came back, and he made 2 fake accounts, and we all thought this was a genuine stop-motion account to help the community out, you know, because lately this entire year we've been getting probably over 20 stop-motion spam accounts claiming to help the community when they're all decoy accounts. They're all, you know, accounts, dummy accounts, you know. And we all believe it's the same person making them. And later on, we find out that stop motion, well, not stop motion, but Rapture 187, and one of his main accounts that he used to use in the past was an account called Stopmotion Newbie. And that name is so familiar to everybody in the community. One malicious thing he did that changed the Stopmotion community forever that we've ever seen was that he plays as two characters. He claims that his friend committed suicide, and he tried to play it off as a joke. I don't know not one person. How can anybody do something like that? That honestly doesn't make any sense to me. This guy got the attention of the higher ups in the Star Wars community. You know, other bigger animators that don't even really communicate with smaller animators in the community, which is not a good thing. I feel like just because you're a big creator, you should communicate with the smaller creators because they're looking up to you, you know? Gotta tighten up. So, he makes a fake account claiming that his friend committed suicide. But thank God we found out the entire thing was fake. And to be honest, I had a feeling it was fake because when I looked at the post he made, Stop Motion Newbie, something didn't feel right. You know, me and a couple other creators, we were in a we were DMing each other, and I DM a couple people, and I was like, "Hey man," and I'm not gonna call out their names. I was like, I feel like this is fake. And another animator in the community even called out Stop Motion Newbie, saying that this looks fake. And the reason why I didn't make a public statement about that is because I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, this is fake, and then people are going to attack me and come after me, you know? So I just kept quiet, you know? I just stayed to the DMs, kept it quiet, didn't say nothing, because I didn't want people coming after me. And then, as I sat back and watched everything happen, everything just went straight to hell. The Star Wars community was falling apart. This guy made an anonymous account, having every animator blowing up each other's DMs, tearing each other apart. I had people blowing up my DMs. Alright, during this time, I had left Instagram, I logged off of Instagram. Then I came back about 2 hours later, I signed back in, and I noticed my DMs got all these flooded messages, and then I'm in 2 group chats, and it's literally like the smaller part of the community, whole bunch of animators stacked on top of each other, people commenting, spamming, and everything. It's so ridiculous, you know? And we all found out the Rapture 187, the same person I addressed before, started this entire drama. Was it really worth it? What does faking a suicide that's not real, what does causing drama, saying that your friend passed away because of depression or whatever, and then he jokes around about this like it's funny, you know? And he is such the biggest manipulator in his community. And then not only that, but recently, about last month, there was 2 animators, I'm not gonna say their names, started small drama, not anything too big or anything like that. But at the same time, we cannot sit and act like drama is not a thing. Drama is everywhere. No matter what community you're, that's even in real life. It's one thing, honestly, drama is really an argument between 1 or 2 or more people, you know? And depending on the drama, on the scale of the drama, sometimes you just can't interfere in it. Sometimes you have to leave it alone. And sometimes you just have to call them out for it, you know? We do not live in a perfect world. But when you come out of your way to fake suicide, when you come out your way to personally make fake accusations towards another creator, making him feel bad, making him go through depression because of fake accusations, knowing that this person knows that the accusations are not true, but you have other people believing it without any actual proof, it's really sickening. You know, I don't know why people have the mindset of a little kid that's mentally ill. You know, all this for attention, and it gets you nowhere. You know, and then even after the whole suicide thing, the guy came back. He came back and tried to do the same thing, and then he made another account after that. But it doesn't matter, you know. Every time he keeps coming back, we just delete and block. Well, not delete, but we get his account deleted and we report his account. You know, spam. So, and then not only that, but even during the election this year, because honestly, I hate election years of the presidency or whatever you want to call it, or anything in general. And I can see why people don't get into politics that much, and I see why, because politics brings out the worst in people, and it's kind of true, you know. And politics was brought up in the Stopmotion community, you know, and people show a different side of themselves, you know. And of course, I was talking about politics here and there, but the thing about me, I'm not a politician. I don't talk about politics at all. That was just a one-time thing, you know. And people don't understand that if you're an American citizen, you have to do your part for this country, you know. You can't just sit back and do absolutely nothing, because that's just going to make you seem like a sellout, you know. You have to go out and vote, do your part. If you're old enough to vote, do something. Don't just sit there, you know. Make your voice heard. And even during politics, a lot of people in the Stopmotion community, not everybody, of course, just changed, you know. And then we found out there were some people in the community who were making group chats, and somebody's accusing this other person of talking behind their back because they're in a group chat or whatever. And honestly, when I hear group chats about talking about other animators and this person admitted it, that's kind of scary if you think about it, because for all we know, they could be talking about you that's watching. They could be talking about me. They could be talking about anybody in the community. And that's a scary thing about it, because they could be 10 group chats, for example, and they could be talking about you in a bad way, you know. That's why it's important to stay positive. I know everybody can't do that. Everybody has their breakout moments and stuff like that, but it doesn't excuse the fact why you shouldn't act appropriately. Faking suicides, manipulating people, making up fake accusations just to make yourself feel better, where it feels good, where it pleasures you to talk bad on other people's names, is just unacceptable, you know. And it's just no good. And all of this stuff has changed so much community on Instagram. And that's pretty much where everybody's at. Instagram. Instagram is very toxic. And honestly, my plans for 2021, I want to change. I want to be better. You know, this year went by fast, to be honest. A lot of stuff happened. So things come in and out of my ear as the year goes by, you know. So learn, forgive, forgets, and move on. That's the motto. So you should definitely join the Stopmotion community if you want to. You could still do your animation videos, but you don't have to interact with anybody. Honestly, I totally recommend you interact with people, because that helps you grow. That helps you collab with other genuine YouTubers. And I met a lot of good people in the community in general. I'm part of multiple communities. I'm not just part of the Stopmotion community. You know, when I first started YouTube, I wasn't even doing animation videos, and I've been watching animation videos before I even started YouTube. You know, and I'm talking about Stopmotion animation specifically. You know, I can't really remember the first time I watched Stopmotion animation. If if I would have to guess, I think the first time I probably watched a stop motion animation was probably, no, I watched the Coraline movie. I don't know when was the first time I ever watched that movie, because I'm 18 years old, so we all forget things. But if it's like an actual YouTuber, that probably would have to be probably around 2012 or 11, something like that. But, you know, and it's because of these YouTubers, and not just animation YouTubers, but other gamers and Beyblade and anime YouTubers in general. These people inspire me to even do what I'm doing right now, you know. So, make the best of it. Hope you guys enjoy this podcast. So, that's basically the hypocrisy of the Stopmotion community in general. And honestly, there's a lot of good things happen too. You know, there's a lot of good people in the Stopmotion community. Definitely check them out. You know, but honestly, this video wasn't the purpose of addressing the good things in the Stopmotion community. It was really addressing the bad things, because people foreshadow and sugarcoat the Stopmotion community, or just any community in general, acting like everything is all fine when it's really not. And to be honest, I'm the only YouTuber in the Stopmotion community that I know of that is addressing this. You know, nobody's talking about this. There was a couple of people, like Thundercat Studios and Miniflick, who addressed people who can't take criticism and stuff like that. And that was another thing in the community that was going on that made it worse, was that some people cannot take criticism, when criticism actually helps you grow, you know. And me personally, I can take criticism because criticism helps you grow, and it has to be fair criticism, you know. It cannot be bad criticism, because a lot of people, when they see bad criticism, they're going to take that as somebody trolling or somebody just hating, you know. So you have to be honest and fair about what you see online or whatever. So that's pretty much it. So I know this was long, but I had to get my point across. So this is episode 10 of Ultron's podcast. So make sure to check out Rogue Energy. Use the discount code Ultron to save 10%. And UltronTu, signing out.